Hello everyone, let's talk about Monte Bernardi. Beautiful property just about halfway between Florence and Siena as you follow the Via Chiantigiana through Chianti Classico, owned by an American family, purchased in 2003 for the specific characteristics of this site, which are rocky soils, south-facing slope, and the Pesa River, which runs just south of the property and turns north on its way to meet the Arno. Michael and Jennifer Schmelzer are the proprietors now. This is a brother and sister team. Michael makes the wine, Jennifer runs the business. Michael was trained as a cordon bleu chef, and while he was training in Paris, he kind of caught the wine bug, wanted to be a winemaker, ends up training in Australia, had an opportunity to train in Australia as a winemaker, and then the whole family gets behind the idea and they look for the perfect property to make the kind of wines they want to make, and that's where Monte Bernardi comes in. Michael especially is very much a purist and a traditionalist and really understands what his little pocket of the world can produce. And he's seen by some of his Chianti Classico colleagues as being among the best at expressing what Chianti Classico is today. Now, theirs is an organic vineyard, beyond organic, biodynamic is the term. But the point for us is that there's nothing added here. This is natural cover crops tilled back into the soil. This is the natural rockiness of the soil, the limestone, the sandstone, the volcanic rock, all serving to provide nutrients and minerals to the soil that end up shaping the flavors of the grapes. And of course, great grapes, you have a chance to make great wine. And that's what Michael's trying to do here. Now, these wines are wines you'll see in some of the best restaurants in London, in Tokyo, LA, New York. Thankfully, thanks to Andrea, you have the opportunity to have these shipped directly to you. So we'll talk about the wines a little bit. The Retromarcia is the Chianti Classico. This is 100% Sangiovese, estate grown. Intensely aromatic, very flavorful. Tart cherry, plum, blackberry, savory herbs, spices, all of that. But just a wonderful expression of what Sangiovese can be. Now, this will drink well right away when you receive it. This is also a wine, though, if for those of you who like to hold on to wines, this is a wine you can hold 3, 5, 7 years. It's just going to get better and better and better. It's fermented in concrete and stainless and aged in neutral oak, and that's Michael just keeping everything out of the way because those vessels don't impart any flavor to the wine. Retromarcia, as you see in the description, means shifting into reverse, but it doesn't mean backwards in any way. This is Michael's homage to what this area can produce, going backwards, if you will, to the best parts of tradition. Wines that give the expression of our site, that aren't chasing points, but are trying to be the absolute best we can produce from what our vineyards give us. The idea here is that the complexity, the texture, the elegance of the wine, the long finish is all built in the vineyard. And that's true of the Zingarella as well, the Gypsy Girl, a French-inspired wine with a Tuscan soul, showing that expressiveness of the soil just in different grape types. And so if you like the flavors of Cabernet, Merlot, Cabernet Franc, you're going to get that more blackberry, blueberry coming through. Very flavorful, very tasty, very versatile. This is what Monte Bernardi is doing. Beautiful expressions of their site, really well-made wines, and I think a good picture of what's happening in Chianti Classico right now. Energetic winemakers, sometimes from other parts of the world, who see the potential, who see the characteristics of this place and are stepping in, not to change it, but to maximize it and to draw out the best qualities that they can. Anyway, that's Monte Bernardi. As far as food and wine pairing goes, remember that the Retromarcia is very well made, very layered, complex, long finishing. This can handle just about everything, from the best steak you can throw at it to pollo alla griglia, grilled chicken with rosemary, lamb chops, pork chops, your medium-aged cheeses, and I might suggest a thick slab of salmon steak off the grill would work beautifully with this wine. Pretty versatile wine, you can do a lot with it. I recommend opening this one maybe an hour before your guests arrive. As far as the Zingarella, just think younger wine from younger vines, more mouthful of flavor, blueberry, blackberry. So this could also handle grilled meats. It's just going to provide a little bit different contribution to the meal. This is going to be more flavorful, more fruity. This is a wine that you might serve with softer cheeses, and maybe this is the one to have around when you've got people coming over and last minute you're going to throw some burgers on the grill. This wine would work beautifully with that. Okay? Anyway, I hope this helps you. Enjoy your wines.